Rwanda, the tiny land of 1,000 hills, is making strides to position Kigali as a financial hub of the region. Through the Kigali International Financial Center, the country is undertaking an ambitious project that seeks to position the country as a jurisdiction of choice for investors and multinationals seeking to invest in the continent. Rwanda's economy has done exceptionally well, averaging 7.5% annually for over a decade to 2018. Foreign direct investment averages 3% of GDP, boosted by a rapid growth and friendly business environment. In fact, through deliberate legal reforms, the country ranked the second easiest place to do business in Africa and 38th globally, according to the 2020 World Bank Doing Business report. Rwanda Finance Limited, which is the organization responsible for promoting and developing the Kigali International Financial Center, is chaired by career banker Tijiam Thiam, and hit a major milestone recently, concluding her first ever meeting of the board on Monday. Earlier on, I spoke to Liban Soleman, who's a board member of Rwanda Finance Limited. I asked him what strategies they have put in place to position Kigali as the financial hub in the region.
As you know very well, the vision is to really establish this financial center on the underlying foundation of Rwanda. Its strategic location, it's at the border of Francophone and Anglophone Africa. It's a stage today where Rwanda is known as the second ranking in doing business, has developed its visa regime. So it's to use the Kigali Financial Center to spearhead, modernize the competitiveness of the financial sector of Rwanda. So the strategies are very clear. We established an entity called Rwanda Finance, who's in charge of delivering this financial center within the next 6 months by the time that we organize Shogun in Kigali.
How then does the Kigali International Financial Center align with the aspirations of the Africa Continental Freighted Area that was kick-started or that became operational the other day?
I believe that Rwanda will leverage the better use around the trans-border trade, but trans-border trade cannot happen without trans-border or cross-border transactions, and the attraction of international investment is key. So in the vision of the Africa Continental Trade Act and the Pan-Africanism and African Renaissance, it is a symbol of the self-determination and collective prosperity that drives for our unity, based on the principles of the African Renaissance. And it's a very important symbol to see that as a country executes its plan and its strategic vision and national development plans, at one point, it gets to the level of being able to draw international and global investment funds to onshore in our continent, closer to the investments and to the reality of our financial sector.
Liban, this would be the third financial center in Africa after Mauritius and Morocco. What incentives then is Rwanda putting in place to attract both regional and international investors to the country?
I believe that the incentives are very clear. Rwanda is passing 25 laws. It will be very competitive in comparison to all the international financial centers. Obviously, in Rwanda, the vision is that all boats rise together. So it's the complementarity of these different financial centers that will contribute to the global development of the continent. I believe that there's a tax law that has just been approved and that is being passed to create the environment. There's the free repatriation of funds and investments or profits that are being put in place. There's the full transparency and international high standards on OECD and FATFA guidelines on the anti-money laundering to ensure that there is transparency in the financial center. Rwanda has passed an investment promotion and facilitation law. There's a baggage of 25 laws that are currently at the desk of cabinet to be approved for the launch of the financial centers.